In the last tutorial, we have seen how to configure Selenium with Java. So in this tutorial, we are going to see how we are going to configure Selenium with a Maven. So before we go into how we are going to configure Maven, we need to understand one thing, like what is the difference? There is a small difference. Means like if it is a Selenium Java project, so all the jar files, everything you have to organize by yourself in the Eclipse folder. And Maven, what does it does is it's a build management tool. So in order to reduce our effort, there was a lot of problems happening when we work with multiple people because someone will upgrade the jar that will fail the whole project. It's like others can't run because they are not aware what our jar file has been updated. In order to handle this scenario, Maven came up with this build management tool. We'll see it later, like deeply how we configure and what are the additional advantages of Maven. So before that, I wanted to explain you people how exactly the Selenium communicates with the browser. So if you see, this is your local machine and this is your application under test. And if you see here, so you actually launch your application inside a browser. Now Selenium works as a communication from your machine to the browser and it holds the browser and from there it tests the application. So as simple as that. Okay, let's start seeing how we can configure Selenium with Maven. So here you go guys. So already we have seen how we configure a Selenium Java project. Now we are going to see how we are going to configure a Maven project. So if you see here, like I have used Selenium 4.1.0, the latest version. So open Eclipse, click on new project, create a Maven project. Please select a Maven project. You can use your default workspace location. And now the part is you need to select an archetype. Archetype is nothing but a template which Maven provided. Maven has already provided. So for time being, I'm going to use Maven Quick Start Archetype. So if you see here, there are multiple archetypes. Market archetype, as I already told you, archetype is a template which has been used, which you can use as per your project needs. Like if you see this archetype, there are multiple archetypes. For a Java project, there we have separate template, and a simple project we have a separate template. So if you go through Maven official website, you can understand about the archetype. So time being, I'm selecting the Maven Quick Start archetype. Now here you have to enter group ID, artifact ID. So again, it's a part of your template. As per your wish, you can create a proper, but always use a proper naming convention so you can understand this in the future. Now, if you see, like once I create the archetype, now it has connected to a Maven central repository. See, one more point what I wanted to tell you people is if you're working for an organization or a company, then most of the places it's not allowed to connect to a Maven central repository. So what exactly happens there? So every organization has their own local Maven repository. So in that case, you need to go to Eclipse and you need to configure your user settings. If you see here, it's a default user settings in my local machine. But in case if you are working in an organization, there you will get a settings.xml file where they will have their local repository where they will give all the Maven jars which you need to the project. So you have to update the user settings here if you want to use your local repository as a Maven repository. Okay, then we'll continue with the installation. So here you go, guys. See, there is a Y and the installation stopped at 30 minutes. So you have to give your consent. Click Y and click on enter. So now our Maven Java project has been created in Eclipse. So already I have explained you there are if you go through this website you can understand the different archetypes available. So in our case I just took a quick start archetype. Now if you see Maven dependency default dependencies has been created and this is one of the important things. It's like form.xml. So here's the place where you will add the dependencies. Dependency is nothing but which jar files you need, what you are going to automate. In simple terms, in our case, we are going to use a Selenium Java dependency. In case if you are trying to connect to a database using a Java, then you need a JDBC dependencies. So it depends. So again, like if you want to use a page factory, if you want to use test ng, so based on that, you need to add the dependencies here. So there is one default dependency for JUnit is already added. So here you go, guys. Like this is the Maven central repository. So this project, I added a Selenium Java 4.10 version. So if you go to this website, you can find all the versions. If you want to go with the earlier versions, also you can go to or Selenium HQ Selenium. There you will find all the older versions. So based on your need, you just go to the particular version in the Maven repository and just copy this dependency tag. This is enough. Now come here, add it, add it, just refresh it. Once you refresh, whatever the dependency you have added will be added in the event dependencies. You're able to see, right? Whatever the related jars related to Selenium, all has been downloaded automatically. Now I will show you how to open a browser now. So already we have a Selenium dependency added. That means like we have all the jar files needed to automate a browser. So I'm creating a sample package. I just want to test whether it is working or not. Means like a particular class which I have created a Java class. So before you start with this Selenium, please go through a core four Java topics, at least basics. One more thing, guys, if you are using a latest version of Selenium above 4.6, you no need to call the Chrome driver or IE driver explicitly like setting the property. But if you're using the before version, it is mandatory you need to download the particular Chrome drivers from the Chrome portal. And if it is a Gecko driver, you will get it from GitHub. And if it's Edge driver, you need to go to Edge and download the appropriate driver based on your browsers. So now let's see. So before we go, like I wanted to explain like what exactly it does. So the first one is system.set property. So it sets the particular driver property and it go and start the executable file which you placed in the particular folder. So the second step is that is inbuilt Selenium feature driver handle. This driver, this is the one which is going to handle the browser just to launch the first step. New Chrome driver will create a object which will automate the browser. And the line number 13 is to launch the particular URL. Now you have a driver. Now you have to launch a browser. Which URL, which application going to test. So it can be done either way, like driver.get or driver.navigate to. We'll see all the inbuilt functions of Selenium in the upcoming tutorial. So here you go, guys. So our Maven project has launched the browser. So that's it for today. So now you understood how to configure a Maven project using a Eclipse. Now in the upcoming tutorials, we will see what are the inbuilt functions of Selenium, like how do you identify the element, the DOM structure, and one more thing is like, as I told you earlier, this application under test is being communicated using a DOM structure. So every website has its own DOM structure. Example, if this is the front graphical user interface, if you inspect it, you will find all these tags. So this is called as DOM structure. So this is one of the important area you need to learn that we'll see it in the upcoming tutorial. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Thank you.